Notice of public meeting of the City Commission of the City of Brownsville. Pursuant to Chapter 551, Title 5 of the Texas Government Code, the Texas Open Meetings Act, notice is hereby given to the City Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, in accordance with Article 4, Section 12 of the Charter of said city, will convene a workshop and regular meeting on Tuesday, January the 6th, 2009, at 5:40 p.m. and 6 p.m. in the Commission Chambers on the second floor of the Brownsville City Hall Federal Building located at 1001 East Elizabeth Street, Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas. A workshop item was Charter Review Committee recommendations for charter amendment. Mr. Chosey?
Mr. Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, the Charter Review Committee respectfully ask that this matter be tabled to your next meeting.
Move to table.
Second. A motion by Commissioner Camarillo, seconded by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I think we need to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, and one indivisible.
The Reverend Rick
Thank you.
Longoria.
If you will please bow our heads. As we gather in this wonderful day, we give thanks for all the blessings that we have received. We ask for blessings for our entire city as we embark in 2009. We ask for the Lord's presence in this meeting and with the decisions that we're about to undertake. We ask for all our elected officials that are about to embark on their re-election, that the Lord be with them and guide them and take care of them as they embark out into the community to ask to continue to serve this wonderful city and its people. In this we pray. Amen. Amen.
All right, we got the Commissioner's report, but before that, I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Welcome back. Hopefully this year's better than last year. Last year was pretty rough, right? Hopefully this year will be a better year, and I see a lot of good things for Brownsville if we just stick together. And to me, my theme, along with the commissioners here, is that we're going to stick together no matter what. So with that, I'll go with the Commissioner's report, number 1.
Mayor Pro Tem, one of the items I wanted to just briefly give thanks to our Chief of Police, Carlos Garcia, and all of his staff, the officers, and the student volunteers and other community volunteers that helped in the 2008 toy drive. They did a great job. I had the opportunity to volunteer a little bit with them, and it seems every year they have their act so together, and they do such great things for the community by just giving toys. And I also want to thank Fire Chief Lenny Perez and his folks for doing the same thing. They were at Ringo Park that same day in December, and again they just did a great job helping all the families and giving toys to the kids and food for the families to take home. So I just want to recognize them and thank them for doing such a great deed. I also want to let the commissioner, we had a cleanup before the end of the year. We went to the Southmost area and we covered up some graffiti on stop signs along the Mipa Verde and some other streets. I'm not too familiar with Southmost, Commissioner, but there was a lot of streets that we were able to go clean up, and it went real well. Also, at our next commission meeting, I'll outline some dates and times for two events that I'm looking at having, and one is a coffee with the commissioner, which will focus with our adults. It'll be in the evening. It'll be once a month, starting in February, March, and then April. And it'll be an opportunity for the residents to come talk to me about issues in the district or outside the district. However, it'll be an hour and a half or however long they'd like, but it'll be an opportunity, an avenue for them to come sit with me and visit on some of the issues. I'm also going to outline a new concept which is done across the state and possibly across the country, which is a juice with your commissioner. This will focus on young adults, and it'll be Saturday mornings, and we'll probably, if everything goes well, we'll host them at the school cafeterias, and we'll invite the youth to come out and just talk about some of the things that the city might need to consider, work a little bit closely, that are affecting them. So I look forward to those two initiatives, and hopefully to bring out some interest and draw the crowds and draw some input. And finally, on March the 7th, I'm looking forward to hosting a youth basketball tournament. This is going to be at St. Charles Park. The park has seen a lot of changes over the past year. We've had to work very, very closely with the Neighborhood Watch and with our PD and a lot of neighborhood groups in the west side because of a lot of issues that the neighborhoods have been facing. And the focus of the tournament will be for the young folks to take ownership of the park, but two, to help reduce illegal activity, the crime, the drugs that surrounds my district, to help reduce that and understand why we are who we are and why they are the youth and why it's important that they don't do that and go down a different path in life. So that's what the basketball tournament will focus on, having them having a good time. Hopefully that'll lead to bigger and better things. That concludes my report.
Commissioner Triani?
Thank you. I'd just like to echo Commissioner Atkinson and Commissioner Camarillo's New Year's sentiments. I think we do need to put our best face forward. We need to bring back a little bit of, or at least show the community that we can work together a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently. And I think we need to do that not just as a commission, but at the county and state level. And we've got some issues that we need to bring home, hopefully with the new presidency, the look at infrastructure, the I-69 corridor, some of these things that we need for our community to grow. We're going to be able to work together. I know that Commissioner Atkinson is very concerned about some of the lobbying issues, and as am I, about trying to go up to Washington and bring back some money to our community. I mean, we've been designated with the dubious honor of being one of the poorest communities in the nation, so we need to get in line and make sure that we get some of that infrastructure needs for our community. We bring that back and that we show the community that we're working for you all. And that's what I would like to help in doing in this 2009. And I know that each and every one of us are looking forward to doing that. And, you know, along the same lines, if we can do that, if we can bring back some credibility and show that we're working, I think that people will realize that what we know is that we're here to serve you all. And I think that's the way I would like to start 2009, and I'm sure everyone else would agree with that, is that we want to demonstrate to you that, you know, we have your best interest at heart and that we're trying to do the right things for our community. Along that line, I would like to work with the other commissioners in setting up an improved road repair and maintenance schedule and work at some criteria for distributing road repair throughout the entire community instead of just kind of going at where the outcry is. And I think that if we allocate our funds responsibly, because of the tough times that we have right now, we're going to be in a better position. And I know that we've all talked about doing that, and I know that the Public Works is working on that, but we'd like to set out a plan that we can work a little bit more efficiently on and distribute some of those needs a little bit more effectively. Additionally, we're also looking at trying to improve our parks. We just now have had the grand opening of the sports park, and it's a beautiful facility, and we're all very proud of it. It was, you know, December 19th was grand opening, and it was a great event. But we also have other parks, and I've spoken with Commissioner Longoria about Morningside and wanting to increase the all needs accessibility to Morningside Park. I've spoken with Mr. Zarate and down by the border, and also with the Boy Scouts, and they've indicated that the Boy Scouts would like to come in and try to set up a pilot project and implement some playground equipment in Morningside Park that would be accessible to children of all capabilities and all needs. And I think that we need to focus on the entire community and each of our districts, and though we have highlights like the sports park, we can't forget the older areas of our community and some of the older parks, and make sure that everyone, no matter where they are in our community, has the same accessibility and has the opportunity to use the parks. The project that I talked to with the Boy Scouts was for Eagle Scouts to come in and drive the project on behalf of the community, and it would be something that would actually be volunteered. It wouldn't cost the city any money. It wouldn't come out of the general fund, and I think that's something that we need to look for as well. As much as we're working to promote the community, we also need help from the community at a grassroots level. We need community volunteerism, and that's something that I know Commissioner Camarillo is promoting with his graffiti awareness. And I was actually approached yesterday by a member of the Cameron County Sheriff's Department, and they indicated that they wanted to get involved in the graffiti cleanup as well. gang awareness, some of these other issues, which just kind of tie into what Commissioner Camadillo was talking about. So I think if we try to put aside some of our differences and work together, and I know that as a commission we can do that, that we're going to be able to promote the city of Brownsville a lot more effectively, a lot more responsibly, and you'll be able to see that this is a service, that we are providing and that the city provides. And I think that if we treat it as such, as a public service, that it's going to have a lot better impression in 2009, and that's personally what I want to work for, and I thank you for your time.
Commissioner Leo T. Garza, would you like to say any greetings?
Yes, Happy New Year to everybody. And I do agree with Commissioners Longoria and Camarillo, Atkinson, and Troyani. In regards to working together as a team, we are a team. It's what we do that counts. Not I, Leo Garza. It's we, the commissioners. I have really enjoyed, and it's been an honor to serve you as your Commissioner at Large being. And it's been an honor to work with all these commissioners. They're all professionals. We call each other up. We talk about issues. And we may not always agree, but, we support each other. And as a team, we will succeed, and Brownsville will succeed. What we do up here is not for us. It's for the city of Brownsville. And so please help us out. Give us your input, and we will act on it. We do work very hard for you, and we will continue to work hard for you. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Longoria?
I just want to take this opportunity to wish everybody a Happy New Year and look forward to, once again, like everybody says, to serving the community and looking forward to a prosperous 2009. Thank you.
Commissioner?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Also, I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year and look forward to working with every commissioner like we have been to continue making Brownsville better. Very excited about the sports park. I mean, I've been out there in the evenings. It's just amazing to see all those people enjoying it. It's a great gift for this 2009. So look forward to continue working with the projects and a good communication with you all. Thank you, Commissioner.
Commissioner Camarillo?
Thank you, Commissioner.
All I'd like to say is on January 15th of this year, the commissioners here are going to try to embark on something we haven't done before. We're calling it the Brownsville United Summit. We're inviting the UTB board, we're inviting the Port of Brownsville board, the PUB board, the county commissioners board, and the BISD board. We're bringing them all together at the event center. These commissioners next to me, we're committed, man, and we're going to show you on that day. We got to start somewhere. Everybody has this notion that we're all split, and you know what? There is some truth to that. Brownsville could be much more than it is if we stuck together. And we're trying to branch out as a city to all these other entities on January 15th. It's from 5 to 7 at the event center to see what we have in common, see what we can bring together, vote on things together that we can stand up to our congressmen, up to our state reps on what we need for Brownsville. Commissioner Troyani mentioned the stimulus package from Obama. That's important. We don't start thinking about now when legislative agenda starts, we're going to be way behind. So we need to have this meeting to see where we're at, to see how we can go green. I know there's a big thing on recycling, and I want the commission to engage on any ideas they may have these next 6-7 days to put a couple of things on the agenda. Will be a public meeting to see where we can go. I mean, there's some ideas of BISD and UTB branching with the city to build a multi-use stadium at the sports park. That can happen, and it's a good deal for the citizens of Brownsville and the children of Brownsville. The Port of Brownsville, they have issues too with the city on what we can do to invest in the Port of Brownsville, where the city of Brownsville gets their investment back. We're going to put in $2 million in the Port of Brownsville. I think the city of Brownsville and the taxpayers want something to come back to the taxpayers. And a lot of those things, issues like that, are going to come up on the table on the 15th. And I encourage all of y'all to be there. And I thank the commissioners here who want to help in trying to bring unity to the city of Brownsville. So when we go up to Washington and to the state, we're united, and we can have the shared goals together that we have and pushing forward and see where Brownsville goes from there. But with that,
Did you mention the time, 5 to 7?
it's from 5 to 7, January 15th at the Event Center.
Commissioner, may I forgot to tell the people of Brownsville, City Manager Charlie Calver and I are going to be in Mexico City on the 13th next week, hopefully to finalize the dual customs project that we have been working on for years. I've been working on it for a year and a half. The dual customs is a done deal. We're just going to formalize it. We're going to meet with the number 3 man in the President of Mexico's cabinet, and hopefully this will be the final meeting that we have before we bring Mexican customs to Brownsville. They will be stationed at the airport. Also, Larry Brown, the Director of Aviation, reported some good news, and we can't divulge any names right now, but it is very, very probable that we will have another airlines flying out of Brownsville to DFW. I think we should know more, Larry, what, in about a week or two? So that is good news as far as the airport projects are concerned. Thank you.
And what he means by dual customs, because I work out there too, is when people...
Excuse me. We're getting into discussion items.
Okay, let's move on. We'll talk about
Actually,
this later.
if I can,
Sure.
one of the Eagle Scouts, Alejandro, is here. He was supposed to be here a few minutes ago, but he just arrived. If he could say a few words about the Scouts project at Morningside Park.
Sure, you want to step up real quick? Be patient, Mr. Chelsea.
Forgive us.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tempore and City Commission. Good evening. It's a pleasure being here tonight. As y'all, I'll introduce myself again. My name is Alejandro Sendejas. I am an Eagle Scout in Boy Scout Troop 11 in St. Mary's Catholic Church. I'm as well a student at St. Joseph Academy, 11th grade. During the past week, I was made aware of potential Eagle Scout projects in our community, and the projects involve upgrading Morningside, Gonzales, and Oliveira parks to include new playground equipment for the physically challenged here in Brownsville. Some examples of upgrades would be adding GT Jams from Game Time. It's a Playcore company, and GT Jams is a set of percussion instruments suited for the playground. And they include various drums such as the djembe, bongos, and the ashiko. And it is a great addition since it develops a child's senses and creates an interest in music for the child. This would be a first in the valley since no other park in the valley has this. And it is also wheelchair accessible. Included in the upgrade is an elevated sandbox with an accessible pathway and landscaping at each of these sites. Now, a scout has 3 duties which he should follow in his daily life, which are duty to God and country, duty to self, and duty to others. And scouts from the Rio Grande Council seeking to become Eagle Scouts have offered to volunteer to upgrade several parks in our community. The project is intended to improve access for all children, including the physically challenged, and the goal is to include all abilities access by 25%. I propose that these projects be handed to scouts in Brownsville that are seeking to become Eagle Scouts. I also ask that the city aid these scouts as they work on the park projects. These projects will be funded through a combination of public funds and private donations. These projects will help address the need for accessibility in our city's older parks. The participation of scouts assists the city in the area of volunteerism, civic involvement, and youth leadership. The scouts will also set the example to others in our city to follow the path of community service. Now, in the past, there have been scouts in our city that have done service projects in benefit of Brownsville. These have included making a bird and butterfly garden in Perez Elementary, cleaning graffiti in Gonzalez Park and the Morningside areas, and beautifying Monica's house and restoring our city's old cemetery. Please take it under consideration for a future vote. There will be Eagle Scout candidates in the future to work with whoever you designate. Thank you for your time. May you all have a great evening and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, man.
Appreciate your
coming by.
service.
Charlie?
Mayor Pro Tem, members of the commission, Happy New Year. And first, let me thank all of you for what you've done for us this year and the upcoming year. You've really been an inspiration to our city and our city employees who really appreciate the fact that they get to work with you on projects like this and other projects that you mentioned earlier in your reports. So thank you very much. You go out of your way to help us make sure that we achieve a lot of the things we do. We're starting the new year with presenting the first employee of the month for our new year, and he's a familiar face around here, Juan Aldrade. Please welcome Juan.
Congratulations, Juan.
Juan was hired in 2002 by our city. We were very fortunate to have him. Shortly after he was hired, he was sent to Iraq as one of our soldiers out there. And he spent a year and a half, and we waited for him to come back. Luckily, he came back safe, and he proceeded with his work at the city secretary's office under the direction of Estella Von Houten. He is one of our premier employees in the city. He's got various duties, including record imaging, operating, and maintaining the city's mail processing center, processing routine public information requests, and staffing city commission meetings, as you know. He stays certified in the acknowledgement of opportunity process, and Juan volunteers, like our scout, he volunteers in a lot of events that occur in the city, such as helping us with the Older Americans Luncheon, Mr. Amigo Luncheon, and even the Scout Government Day. So he seems to be about that age, doesn't he? It's amazing that he's been in Iraq and all that so young. So
He did all this in 6 days of work in January? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So he is the first employee of the month for 2009. And he gets a traditional hat, the excellent employee of the month pin, 2 of them, the plaque, in recognition for outstanding services rendered to the city of Brownsville for the month of April 2008. Congratulations.
Would you want to say something, bro?
I just want to say thank you to every commissioner and my director, Stella, and the whole staff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juan.
Thank you, Juan. I appreciate it.
I want to thank Juan. He deals with all of us. He tracks us down wherever we are to sign proclamations or whatever we need to sign. Used to. Oh, yeah, he used to do that. And I appreciate all the hard work he did in the past for us, and can't wait to see what you do with your career, bro, because you're a good guy, bro.
Thank you.
Thanks, Juan.
Item number 3, consent agenda items A and B.
Move to approve.
Second.
I got a motion to approve consent agenda items by Commissioner Camarillo, second by Leo T. Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 4, consideration and action to appoint 1 member to the Airport Advisory Committee.
I move the table to the next meeting so we can make all the appointments
A second.
for the board of the next meeting.
I got a motion by Rick Longoria, second by Leo T. Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Public hearings, item number 5, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2008-070 to rezone from dwelling G to apartment G, 0.76 acres of east half lot 10 of Chicago Garden subdivision located at 1322 Morningside in Brownsville.
Good evening, Happy New Year, Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioners. My name is Noé Puga, zoning appellate administrator. As you can see on the map projected on the screen, this is the site requesting the change of zoning. This is a Morningside, Iowa Avenue, Village. This was before the PNC on December the 4th. All the PNC recommended approval of the subdivision, of this zoning case.
Move to close public hearing.
Second.
Move to close by Commissioner Cisneros, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor? Aye.
Move to approve.
Second. Okay. Silent.
I got a motion to approve this by Commissioner Longoria, seconded by Commissioner Charney. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 6, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2008-071 to rezone from dwelling G to medium retail G and in a 021 overlay district of Lot 1 of Block 1 of Grandwood Apartment subdivision located at Old Port Isabel Road and Hackberry Road.
Again, we have another case. This is the map projected on the screen. This is the site requesting the change of zoning. This is Old Port Isabel, Coffee Port. Again, the commissioners were all in favor of this approval, and there was no opposition from the public.
Move to close public hearing.
Second.
Move to close by Commissioner Cisneros, seconded by Lil T. Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cisneros to approve, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 7, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2008-074-S to allow apartment-specific use in a dwelling G, Block 22 of Chicago Garden subdivision located at Mackenzie Road and Iowa Street.
Again, we have another map, and this square is the site requesting the specific use, and mainly the specific use was used on the access of this area. Again, all the commissioners were on favor approving this specific use.
Move to close public hearing.
Motion to close by Commissioners Longoria, seconded by Lil T. Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Move to approve.
We got a motion to approve by Commissioner Longoria, seconded by Lil T. Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 8, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2008-075 to rezone from dwelling A to light retail G for Lot 26 of Block 28 of El Valle Grande Section 3, located at 2624 Alton Glore Boulevard in Brownsville.
We have another map, and this little square is the site requesting the change of zoning. This is FM 802. This is the site of the proposed field park, or baseball field park. This is Morrison Road. Again, there was the commission all in favor of this approval.
Mr. Puga, I was contacted by the Castillo family, and they wish to withdraw. I'm sorry I hadn't notified you, Mr. Medina was out of town. They wish to withdraw their...
Okay, you can table it. And
Why don't we table for the next one so they can be able to discuss it with you in your office?
Sure.
I'm going to table.
Second. No, we need to close.
I'm sorry. No.
No, we just,
You can table it.
okay, then move to table item 8.
Move the table. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Longoria, second by Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2008-606-CU, allowing a conditional use permit for sale of off-premise alcohol on Lot E11 of Lacoma subdivision located at 645 Calle Milpa Verde.
Again, we have another map. This is Calle Milpa Verde, but this is for a conditional use permit for a wet store. This site is on Clavel and Valle Milpa Verde. Again, all the commissioners were on favor of approving this conditional use permit.
And this was already an existing structure for this type of business?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to close public hearing.
Move to close by Commissioner Longoria,
Second.
second by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Got a motion approved?
Move to approve.
By
Second.
Commissioner Longoria, second by everybody else. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2008-607-CU, an ordinance allowing a conditional use permit to sell on-premise alcohol on 2 acres out of Sierra 19 of Espiritu Santo Grant located at 2735 FM 802.
Again, we have another conditional use permit on FM 802, Ruben Torres, between Hudson Boulevard and Dana Avenue. This letter was sent to me today by BISD, or somebody representing BISD, just for your information. This was also before the PNC on December the 4th, and they recommend approval of this conditional use.
Motion to close?
Move to close.
Sorry, can I have
Motion to
a,
close public hearing?
can I make a question? I have a question, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Mr. Puga?
Go ahead.
What?
Oh, okay. Mr. Puga, what time will the, if everything was granted, what time would the establishment be serving alcohol? Is it standard after 12 noon, or is it going to be 7 p.m.?
It's standard, they didn't ask for
Standard.
any, and the commission didn't put any conditions on it.
There's no restrictions on anything, so then they could start after 12 o'clock to midnight
Up
or
to
1,
2.
2.
This, this business is on the, right on 802, and it's just right next to Rag Daddy's, which is already an existing business, which
Yeah,
serves
right, that is
alcohol.
this little corner
It's
right
right there, yeah, so I really don't oppose this.
Go ahead, Mr. Roman Perez. You look really nice today.
Actually, I had wanted to talk about the other one because it's actually close to my property, but thank you, Commissioner Longoria, for mentioning that it was already using the off-premise site. I'm just concerned only because it's close to Dana Street, and this city has been urging for a traffic
No, it's
light.
coming. That's
I know,
coming.
I know that. But it's kind of ironic and almost slightly hypocritical for this city to approve a alcohol permit so close to not only the aquatic center with BIFC is there, but also that Dana Street where we had many deaths due to drunk driving. I know that Rack Daddy's are next door, but I think Rack Daddy's has been around a little bit longer than the more recent deaths that happened at Dana Street. I'm not 100% sure if I'm accurate on that, but I'm thinking I am. So that's just my concern only. because it's
Duly
close to
noted.
me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Can I make a comment, please?
Sure.
The existing company that was there was a locally owned company. People that are local in this community that are putting their money into that building. Unfortunately, their business went under due to major corporations coming in and taking over. That hurts our local people. Now, if these gentlemen wish to do this with their property, more power to them. So that's all I got to say.
I got a motion to close?
So moved.
I got a motion by Commissioner LaGuardia to close, second by Lil T. Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Nay. Commissioner, I'm going to vote nay.
Well,
I got-
that was a...
I'm sorry.
Close.
That's the close.
You don't want to close? Just keep talking.
I'll move to approve.
No, just kidding. We'll move it. Motion carries. I got a motion. Do I got a motion to approve this?
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Longoria to approve this, seconded by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
All against?
Nay.
All right, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Puga.
Item 11, public comment.
We have nobody for public comment today?
Mr. Resendez is number 1.
Oh. I just want to be a little different because I think we've been getting off the Robert's Rules of Order. Just for y'all to make sure, guys, when you come up, you have to talk about something on the agenda. If you're not going to talk about the agenda, then you're going to be asked to sit down. It has to pertain to an agenda item. So what agenda item will you be talking about?
I believe this is public comments.
Yeah.
Public comments,
But
that's what it means. You know, public comments could care less about your agenda.
It doesn't have to be on the agenda.
No, sir.
Hold on. We can move this along.
Okay, you can talk about whatever you want to, but please stay positive. And we're trying to start a new year without the same 3 people coming up
Thank you, thank
and
you.
being negative.
Thank you. You don't have to be afraid of me.
I'm not afraid of you, but I just
Okay.
want you to know that you need to stay positive.
Okay, we'll stay positive.
2009 is about being
There's a
positive.
street here in Brownsville. There's a street in Brownsville. It's called Dana. It's close to 802. And I have had a lot of people say, Alex, why don't you tell these people to put a light or something there? Porque hay muchas cruces ahí y han pasado muchos accidentes. Okay? So I would beg you guys, since my mayor is not here, you know, that he would be very action and he would take care of things. I would beg you guys to do something about it, ¿me entiendes?
Mr. Resendez, I know we can't respond, but if I can just
Go ahead.
address you. Mayor Pro Tem, there's a light that's been already approved. Okay.
We have to stop the time, porque I got 3 minutes.
No, I'm telling you, it's already been, that the light's already been approved, but you can talk to the city manager.
Let him finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. La única razón que yo vengo aquí, porque conozco gente, and they say, why don't you go tell them? That's the única razón, ¿me entiendes? And I like you guys are pretty guys. I mean, I come see you all. ¿Entiendes? You all may have a happy new year. I would like to ask, but since you all cannot answer, ¿entiendes? On the deal, there's a lot of commotions out there. I wish que este año, I mean, you guys are smart guys, you're intelligent. I wish que este año everybody works on harmony and we get things done. Esto de la light ahí, it's very urgent. If somebody else gets killed, Alex Resende is going to come over here and he's going to say, what happened, guys? We did tell you. ¿Me entiendes? It's got to be moved. No sé cuánto tiempo tiene y eso así. I don't know how much more time I've got. There's the issue about the charter that I wanted to talk about, but it takes more than 3 minutes. I wish you all a happy new year, and may the Lord bless you all, and have fun.
Likewise.
Thank you, sir.
Stella, just put on the record that street is a Tex dot street. It has nothing to do with the city of Brownsville. It's a thoroughfare that belongs to the state. So the state's going to bring the...
But it's already been approved.
It's been approved. It's coming.
Mr. Fernando Flores.
All the paperwork, and they've already approved it. It's fixed. We did all the work.
5 minutes? 3 minutes.
Buenas tardes, mayor, comisionados. Hoy les voy a hablar en español a ver si me pueden entender, porque les quiero decir que ya estamos fastidiados de tantas esperanzas que están haciendo. Primeramente les quiero decir, mi nombre es Fernando Ruiz, and I want to tell you that last December the 8th I was at the conference room and I met there with one of the commissioners. There were several came in later and other persons, and there was a Mr. Hinojosa there that does your work for you in the selling of your bonds. And him and I talked a little bit, and I addressed the issue of one of his workers, Barbas, the one he sends over here, says, where's Barbas, I left him in Dallas because you're too much for us. He says, well, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to stay here. I didn't get the picture, till I was watching yesterday at the library. I was reviewing the film, and I found out that, Mr. Hinojosa was not on the agenda. You took him to executive session. That's against the law.
He was on the item for executive session.
If he is not on the agenda, all those matters are for the public to listen to. The business that you have of this city is for all the citizens of Brownsville to know about. You cannot have a hidden agenda. And I challenge anyone that wants to concerning that matter. He does not belong there, and he should have been placed on the agenda if you was going to talk business, the city business, about bonds or whatever it is with him. We should know about it. And I need from you all a report concerning that meeting. And I will quote you, if you want to later, I can get it from the Open Meetings Act, the book, that he doesn't belong there. Number one. Number two, if you're doing so much for us, all this public service you're giving us, then why was this park built with $17 million over budget? Now, we need a committee to investigate.
I think he's making inaccurate statements that we don't need to hear.
Sir, it's $27 million that was spent.
You're giving the public a bad perception of what it is.
No, that's what came out of the paper.
Okay, they're wrong.
Sir,
don't believe everything in
let
the
me
paper.
speak. That's what came out of the Brownsville Herald.
Don't believe the paper either.
You challenged the Brownsville Herald, not me.
I challenge you because you're here.
You're out of order, sir.
All right, you're
out of order. You're out of order.
Stick to being positive, please.
Sir, I think positive. That's why I'm here. Okay? And you're
I
trying to
apologize
tell
to
me
people at
something.
home.
I'm telling you, sir, this is what I'm here for, is to challenge you. This is what this country is about, oversight and accountability. This is why we're in the situation that we are throughout the whole nation, because there was lack of accountability and oversight. And this is my responsibility to the citizens of Brownsville. Now, that was on your time. Now, let me get on my time. Yes, sir. This is $17 million over the budget. Now, you're going to have all these group of people coming in here. We had them here before. We had the PUB and everybody, and they promised transparency. I never saw any transparency. We have an entity here from the city building, I saw in the newspaper, $181 million salination plant. We're not aware of this. It's your job to let us know what's going on. This is not a monarchy. We are the government. You have to remember that. You are not your own boss. We are your bosses. And we have to have knowledge of what you're doing.
because otherwise I will say that there's corruption, a lot of corruption in this community. Because when you're over 17 million, the budget, something is wrong. And you all don't answer to us because you all promised heaven and the stars when you were running for the positions. But let me tell you, you have something coming next time around. You ain't going to be around here for long.
Thank
and
you.
Sir, against the rules, you cannot have any meetings of private persons or candidates in city property. That goes for you.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Oh my God.
If we could have Mr. Chosey clarify an issue.
Yeah.
Have him enlighten this man.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Let's move on.
No, go.
Is there something you want to say, Mr. Joseph? He's all right. Let's go.
All right.
I think everybody here realizes the
I've
same
got a
people that come up are just, let them speak and we move on. Let's go.
Good idea.
Next one, Mr. Oresti. Here we go. Here we go.
Roberto Uresti, 1220, Calle Pluton, District 4. First of all, before I speak, you are out of order. Every time there is an action agenda, you close the public hearings before you even give anybody a chance. Right away, I close public hearing. Right, close it. Why? Let the public, if anybody's here to speak, please give them the opportunity. But you're not. You're quick to cut off the public right off the bat. Finally, someone said something, and finally we had Mr. Pettis come up. But that, you were out of order. And somebody here needs to look at that and clarify that. Thank you, sir. We have a new year for the city of Brownsville. It's an election year for the board. Will be a new position for at-large and 2 district positions. The voters of Brownsville will make a new decision. If we want change, we will have change, and the voters will make that speech. Brownsville needs to change because from Harlingen to Rio Grande City, a renaissance is happening over there. A renaissance. But Brownsville is in the dark ages. We have been using and misappropriating the 4B money, especially on the Super Sports Park. There's the beautiful lights out there. I see it when I pass through there at night. Beautiful lights. Come down to Galaxia. We need lights down there, so dark. How many robberies happen there? People tell me. Let's go to Las Prietas. Bad situation down there too. And even the ones that have lights, we have bad police protection. But you have police protection at the new sports park. Beautiful. You have a new maintenance system over there. You don't have the Greens Division down there. Boy, we're spending more than the 17 million somebody just said. Okay? We continue. Brownsville is basically in a situation in which we need more input. You even have a nepotism in the charter committee that's messed up, and yet not one of you members said anything about it to correct it. Yet you violated that charter. And again, we have a learned individual down here, and they don't do anything about it. You say the same 3 people come up here all the time. My goodness, you might say that to the President of the United States. Same person I hear every night, the President. But that's not fair, sir. That is not fair. We all come here. Why don't you tell the same people to come here all the time? Oh, get out of here? No. But you really try to hurt me. I'm here for another reason. The people talk to me. I'm down there. They make fun of me because they say, you're part of la raza. And I laugh at that because I'm not part of the raza. I'm part of the people that helps the people. And I don't get paid for it. I don't need to get paid for anything. I have the time. Yes, I pick up garbage. That's part of my job that I have now. But I'm happy I have a job. So please, gentlemen, you want to make a change? Start today.
We'll see you on the election ballot. Can we go move on?
Thank you.
Roman Perez is another public comment.
Run for office. That's what you got to do.
I'll try to be positive. I don't understand why we have to be positive all the time. But I talked to one of the commissioners this afternoon, and I'm hoping that he will enlighten you more about what I'm here to talk about. I understand that the City of Brownsville has a contract to finance franchise agreement with Time Warner Cable. I have Time Warner Cable. Some of you probably have Time Warner Cable. Time Warner is planning on increasing our rates as far as if you want to get your bill mailed to you. And if you want to get your bill mailed to you, they're going to be charging you 99 cents. And I feel that if this city is going to defend the impoverished, the poor, or even the people who are just used to getting their bill mailed to them, I think that the city should really support them. I'm a little bit flustered because I just don't understand why, Commissioner Atkinson, we have to be so positive and negative. I don't understand why you always say it's the same people.
It's my diabetes, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm serious. I'm asking you an honest question because I haven't been here in about 2 or 3 months, and it's the same argument you have with these individuals, and I don't understand it. I see it on TV all the time, and it just doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to be positive here. I'm going to ask you and the rest of the city commission to defend the poor and defend the people who get cable and fight for them just the same way that this city attorney is fighting to make sure that the rates of the gas service in this city does not go up. And I think that just because somebody mails you a bill that they're going to charge you 99 cents on top of another dollar that they're already charging you for you to go pay in person is just wrong. They have a franchise agreement. They have a monopoly in this city. And I think that this city should try to find a way to defend that and to fight against that. I know it's a big company, but Texas Gas Service is also a big company. And I think this is just, I know it's just 99 cents, but who's to say PUB isn't going to do the same thing? I had also wanted to come up here and talk to you and ask you all, as a city commission, to urge the city secretary to post all the campaign finance reports that in this upcoming election, the past election, so that there can be some sort of transparency. I know Commissioner Troiani ran on that. I know the mayor ran on that. I don't quite remember if Commissioner Atkinson ran on that or not. But I truly believe that transparency is part of what this commission has wanted and has fought for. So if you truly believe in that, all campaign finance reports should be readily available online. So thank you very much for your time. And if you want to talk to me about it, about the bill afterwards, please feel free. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 12, consideration and action to authorize the transfer of ownership of new and used equipment to the city of Matamoros, Tamaulipas, Mexico, according to the terms of a Border 2012 EPA grant awarded to the sister cities as a health and environmental initiative for the processing of scrap tires. The equipment listed as one used 310G backloader, one 1997 Freightliner dump truck, and one new Eagle tire cutter.
Before we do this, can we get Delina Barrera up here real quick? Before we do this, Delina, can you come up here real quick? Delina Barrera is a director of our 4B board. Fine, I'm a little out of order, but that's fine. But I just like for Delina to come up, I want to ask one question. I think people at home need to know.
It's not on the agenda.
Okay, well, I just want to ask a question. That's it. Part of the public comment.
Can we make a motion?
Give her.
Can we make a
I give a
motion
motion
to
to give her public comment?
Can we make a motion to allow her to speak or to be out?
What can we do to?
When you all want to talk, it's got to be on the agenda.
Yeah.
You can have public comment, which allows the public to come up and say whatever they want to.
Put it on the agenda for our next meeting.
And so forth.
Would you like to say anything about the sports park and the budget?
John, I guess this is what we're trying to do, John, okay? I don't know how we can address some of these concerns that are brought up, that are false statements, that we have to sit here and can't respond to. So someone needs to stand up from the city, whether it be a director or somebody, when they're talking about, like they're talking about that issue on 802, they don't even know that we've already approved that live, we've already worked through TxDOT, we've sent all the accident reports. Someone, as these people walk out and they're giving misinformation, need to be told what's really going on. If we're not allowed to respond, how can we address that? I guess that's what Commissioner Atkinson is trying to do.
You know, all I can tell you is that there's no response to any of the public comments on the agenda.
The only one I see is Charlie, Mr. Cabler, catching them as they leave and trying to give them the right information.
I will be glad to see if I can figure out a way that you can all do that, put it on the agenda.
Yeah, because they sit here for a free-for-all and they give all this misinformation and we're not allowed to respond to it or defend ourselves. And I believe personally that that's wrong. We should be able to.
Commissioner, I have to agree with you, all right? But unfortunately, we're stuck with the rules.
Okay, we'll let it go today. Sorry, Delina, for bringing you up here. We'll move on, but please look for something that can give us a response to the public at home to contradict some of the things that are just obviously wrong.
I'll look into it.
And this is why the city moves is seen in a bad light, because they hear the negativity. You know, you have a raza out there that are just going to listen to the negativity, but they want to listen to us too. And maybe there's a way we can find it. Not tonight, so let's move on, but I appreciate you looking into that.
I will do so.
Commissioner Cisneros.
Thank you.
Mr. Flores?
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, Mr. Hinojosa will do the presentation.
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, this item is up before us today, but in light of some pending documentation from our colleagues in Matamoros regarding their role in this project, I'd like to ask your indulgence to go ahead and table this till the next session, if possible.
Move to table.
What are we doing here?
Hold on, real quick. Does anybody have any questions before we?
What are we doing? Did we get new equipment, or what are we gonna do? We're gonna give some...
Did we receive money to
This is
purchase
a grant,
equipment that's now going across?
Can you explain the grant for us?
Yeah, explain the grant.
Yes, sure. This is a EPA grant, Border 2012 grant for $75,000 to initiate a health and environmental project in a partnership with Matamoros, whereby they have an overabundance of scrap tires, 1.5 million and growing, that create a lot of environmental and health hazards, tire fires, dengue fever, mosquito-borne diseases, and other health issues. They partnered with us to get this grant to provide them with a tire cutter and some associated equipment, a loader and a truck, a used loader and a truck.
Why don't we have them bring it over to the United States and we cut it up here, recycle it?
Well,
who benefits from this?
In scrap tires, it's the processing and the transport are a big money issue. That's one of the reasons that we're kind of in a bind. They end up with a lot of tires that are used here, and they're given like 3 or 4 months of life. People buy them, they take them over there, and then they dump them wherever. So it's a regional problem because obviously tire fires and mosquito-borne diseases can become a problem for us as well.
So the tire's being shredded, Mr. Hinojosa, what are they doing with the tire? What are they doing
They're
with the
going
shreds?
go ahead and slice them up and be able to, and as such, they'll be able to use them as part of the liner for their landfill, their
But
municipal
don't we do
landfill.
that?
We have some other options here that we do go ahead and use. We've baled them and we've gone ahead and shred them.
But I know we were talking about this issue with the meeting on the 15th about going green and that being a possibility. Where's Attorney Cavalier? And he had that idea of getting some machines. Are we going to get these machines and then we're going to give them machines also, or they're just going to get the machines?
Well, we've already got them. They've already been bought with this. Well, this is a tire cutter as opposed to a tire shredder. A shredder costs like $300,000, and
what are we
it's
giving
high
them?
maintenance.
What are we
This is
giving
a tire cutter.
A tire cutter just slices it in
I know we got them in the county.
flat slices.
We have them in the county because in our plant on Oklahoma Road. But there's a problem everywhere. The last 2 days, I worked for Commissioner Wood, and we've been picking up someone illegally dumped over 85 tires right in the border of precinct past San Pedro. I've been doing that for the last 2 days. I was talking to Commissioner Camarillo earlier. I was out picking up tires, and we're trying to get them to our plant here at the Oklahoma Road in the Cameron County.
And I guess that's also where I'm leading towards is we're going to give Matamoros, Mexico, the equipment. And I don't have a problem because we're working internationally and they have a big problem over there. I also want to make sure that we're going to do diligence here.
My first
that
concern is going to be this area, yeah.
Working picking up the tires. I know if I just had a trailer to go pick up one weekend, I do that and make sure we collected what we can. But I don't know if this is where staff needs to get involved and code enforcement. And if I see something, a tire thrown on the road, well, let's go pick it up, throw it back of our truck, and let's take it to a centralized location. I don't want to be in a situation where the city doesn't have proper equipment and we're purchasing it and it's going elsewhere.
Right. Well, we do have an accumulation site at the landfill, and we are able to receive tires, and we do have a process in place. Ultimately, what we really need to do is find some alternate use for these tires.
We do?
Because if we don't, they end up in the landfill. Right. All right, and we could go into other options. Right. Ideally, what we want to do down the road is maybe use these as an alternate fuel with cement kilns in Mexico.
But why are we not going after a grant that's going to serve the community of Brownsville with the shredder equipment? Could we go back to the table with them? And
Yes,
get something for us first?
this grant's actually been a year in the making because of a change in administration.
I'm going to move
we
to
go ahead and pursue other grants as well.
I'm going to move to deny item 12 if I can get a second.
Well, actually,
Well, Commissioner, I would hate to see us deny
The
something
grant,
that's already
this
it's in place to
equipment's
go
already
over
bought.
there.
Oh,
The equipment's already
Yeah.
bought.
it's going to Mexico.
This grant mandates that this is used equipment And the
Right.
grant mandates, it's naturally written in the grant that we have to give this to Matamoros.
And it's a
Why do
public
we
health
get a
issue,
grant
too.
to give it to us?
Once again, this
Okay,
is
well, if we find one, we will do that, yes. But this grant,
That should be our priority, our area.
this grant mandated that we give this property to
And
Matamoros.
who found this grant?
we work with it jointly with Matamoros.
Matamoros helped find the grant?
It's Border 2012 is designed to provide funding all along the border, on both sides of the border, international program. Once again, the problem we're addressing is a regional issue. Tire fires and dengue fever are not isolated to one side of the border or the other.
I mean,
So in
these
helping
other-
them, we're helping ourselves.
Yeah, these other major health issues, and
We've had smoke.
besides the recycling. yeah.
We've had smoke come over
Remember
here.
that
Yeah.
we don't want a lot of the tires from Matamoros, from Mexico coming into the country.
Right,
Right.
And also, we don't want them to be burning tires,
exactly.
because of the bad smoke
The
that we're getting
chemical,
into
the
this.
harm,
So
the
that's
hazardous.
the whole idea of TCEQ and working together with our neighboring city to introduce to them ideas and products that they could utilize to effectively rid of, in this case, tires.
Well, I move that we table it at your request.
Second.
What type of paperwork are we waiting for, real quick?
Just a letter from them where they officially accept the
Well,
equipment
could we
and they...
approve it?
Can we approve it pending the letter?
Yes.
Okay,
Does
then.
anybody want
Move
to
to
approve?
Yeah.
I move to approve by Commissioner Camarillo, seconded by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Commissioner,
Then I
one
withdraw.
last
Actually, we
question.
did have Commissioner Garza
Then I withdraw my
withdraw.
motion to table.
Commissioner Garza withdraws his motion.
To
And the
table.
motion is approved to
I'll
award.
second that motion to withdraw.
I got a motion by Leo T. Garza, seconded by Triani to remove the tabling of this item. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I got a motion by Commissioner Camarillo, seconded by Commissioner Cisneros to approve this. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Commissioner, Mayor Pro Tem, one question.
Yes.
When this equipment goes across, do we know, is the staff over there going to be trained? Do they know how to use the equipment? Are we just sending equipment that's just going to be there? You know, I want to know if we can help them in some way, great. Make sure that it's going to be used. It's going to, we're going to help ease some of the problems that we're having and that they're having.
We'll be assured of the proper training is in place, and also that they recognize their commitments, because also part of it is that they have to provide data with the number of tires processed, man hour, and so forth.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your help.
Thank you.
Item 13, consideration and action to adopt resolution number 2009-001, reaccepting, reviewing, amending, and readopting all of the provisions listed in the documents titled City of Brownsville, Texas Amended Investment Policy and City of Brownsville, Texas Amended Investment Strategy Statement.
Honorable Mayor Pro Tem, members of the City Commission, this is more like a house cleaning item. Way back in 1996, the City of Brownsville adopted the investment policy for the City of Brownsville, and one of the requirements in the policy is that we review our investment policy and strategy statement once a year. So this is we have done this 10 times. This is the 11th time that we're making some changes, and we make changes because every year we add new funds to the investments. So the changes that are included in this particular amendments are on page 7. We have increased the certificate of deposit diversification from 75% to 90%. Seeing that the interest rates right now are kind of very low, we are going to be looking at acquiring certificates of deposits from various banks throughout the state and see if we can get better interest rates. And that's one of the recommendations that's being done statewide. Also, on page 14, we have updated the current list of investment brokers. We are adding Estrada Hinojosa as part of our list. Also, on page 17 to 18, under the investment strategy, under letter A, we have updated the city's operating funds. On page 19 to 20 under B, we have updated the city's entire construction and capital improvement funds. And on page 21 under C, we have updated the debt service funds. And again, we recommend that you approve and adopt this resolution.
So moved. Second. Got a motion by Commissioner Longoria, second by Commissioner Camarillo All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14, consideration and action to authorize staff to solicit proposals for the collection of delinquent and ad valorem taxes.
Honorable Mayor Pro Tem, members of the City Commission, we currently have an interlocal agreement with the Cameron County to collect not only current property taxes but also delinquent taxes. And an interlocal agreement was executed on September 30th, 1987 between the county and the city that authorized the county to collect current and delinquent taxes. The agreement also authorizes the county to contract with a law firm to collect delinquent property taxes for both the county and the city. It further states that the said law firm shall have full authority to represent the city within the terms of the contract. Lineberger, Goggin, Blair, and Simpson is the current law firm that is collecting the delinquent ad valorem taxes under the current contract, and this county contract expires on May 31st, 2011. That's a 4-year contract. In order for us to actually go out and seek bids, is that we must amend the language of Section 13 under delinquent taxes of the current county-city interlocal agreement to allow the city to request competitive proposals from various law firms to collect the city's delinquent ad valorem taxes. The amendment to the interlocal agreement must be approved both by the city and the county. Once the amendment is executed by both parties, the city and the county, then the city can request the proposals. Some of the advantages for city to request separate proposals for delinquent tax collections, and I've noted one, and that the city may be able to get a favorable contract over what we currently have with the current law firm. Some of the disadvantages for the city to request proposals for delinquent property taxes, and it would be that the county has already awarded a competitive contract to a law firm for delinquent tax collections.
Real quick, Pete, can I ask a question?
Yes.
It says the amendment to interlocal agreement must be approved by the city and county. If the county approved something they wanted, why would they let us approve something else?
No, we went ahead.
We say yes and they say no, what happens?
No, we went ahead and joined forces with them with that contract whereby we allowed them, we agreed for them to go out and seek proposals for delinquent tax collections. And we've been doing this since 1997. There's been an interest from a local law firm that they would like to have an interest in doing some of this business within the city to collect delinquent taxes. And this is the reason why we're bringing it to you. I'm just bringing forward to you some of the advantages and disadvantages regarding the changes that we would be making towards the changing the guard, so to speak, on delinquent property taxes. Also, in this case, the city would have to spend additional time and money. Obviously, when you go out for proposal, you spend money for delinquent property tax. This is just another item that's considered as a disadvantage. The tax assessor collector, Mr. Tony Zaire, has written me a letter, and he sort of recommends that that we would be better off if we would have one law firm collect delinquent taxes for both the county and the city, and he indicates that this would be a savings to the taxpayers. And these are some of the reasons that he mentioned to me on his letter. And he stated that a valid interlocal agreement is already in place. The agreement that exists between the city and the county has proven to be successful and mutually beneficial, which we agree.
Just for the record, Pete, I've talked to people in his staff, and it doesn't matter which law firm does it. He can collect for both of them. He probably leaning to maybe having one, but it's not going to be hard for them to do both if they have to do both. That's what I was told. Go on.
Okay, and the other issue, he says that prevents confusion to the taxpayer. Our taxpayers personally receive one bill with the amounts owed to the city as well as the county. Going on the next page, it also prevents duplication of effort and makes efficient use of limited government resources. This is coming from the tax assessor collector. The county, on behalf of the city, entertained proposals from 4 delinquent tax attorney firms in 2007. They indicated that this was an extensive and exhaustive effort that resulted in hiring the current law firm. And he goes further into saying that the
But Pete,
savings...
let me ask you something. This is something they would be saying anyway, because they want to keep it the way it is.
Well,
we as a city should expect them to discourage us from doing that because but you as a finance director, is it in our best interest to stay competitive with this so we can get the best law firm to get back the delinquent taxes for our city? If we spend a little bit of money on a proposal, wouldn't it be good, and later on if we're going to save $1 million or capture $1 million extra dollars?
We won't know. We don't have an answer until we actually go out.
So this is
and
just
seek
an
proposals.
exploration of...
And then compare the proposals that come in, and really we won't have an idea. We need probably a year history as to when you start comparing firms, and that's the honest answer for me to give you.
So right now, what would be the action item on? Just to explore the idea of going out for bid?
Yeah, this item is just authorizing you to us to go ahead and seek proposals at your way, if you wish.
Pete, but going back to the question Mayor Pro Tem had, if the city were to begin to explore and amend the contract, make the amendment, the county would still have to give its blessing, correct? The county would still have to say, yes, I concur with the city, I will allow it. If the county says, no, I don't, and I don't allow it, the city says, yes, we do, then what happens at that point?
No, the county has already indicated to us that they will work with us. We are their client.
Okay.
And whoever we choose, they will work with us.
Second question, Pete. What is the percentage that the city pays to the county in order for them to collect or to contract the firm to collect our delinquent taxes?
It's about 0.8%.
And is that the way it's been for the past years?
It used to be 1%, and about a year ago we changed that to, they lowered it to 0.8%.
In the amount on the last page, page 8 of the presentation, Pete, we have fiscal year 1998 all the way to 2008, and it shows $2,080,000. Is that what the city got back from the firm, from the county, of delinquent taxes, or what? Or was that just a percentage of what got split in three ways: the county, the firm, and the city?
All of these numbers listed on that schedule is what the city was paid from the county for the collections of delinquent taxes.
And what amount left the city? What amount was paid out from this number? If in 2008 we went over $2 million, how much did the firm get? How much did the county get? They got 0.8 of that? Well, I don't know what the final number was.
Well,
I guess what I'm looking at.
I know that looking at how much we paid the county to collect the not only the delinquency but also the current taxes, and last year we paid the county to collect was $267,880. That was our cost, which is really very minimal. It's excellent. I don't think we can run a department at this cost, our own department, for collecting. So I say that $267,880 that we paid the county was a very favorable cost.
Commissioner, if I may, it's my understanding from the conversation that we have with Mr. Izagiri that $2,080,978 was that was the net to the city.
Okay.
So when the county gets the tax money in, it takes out the attorney's fees, takes out its fee, and we get the resident.
Well, we'll never know if another firm can bring the city back $3-4 million if we don't approve exploring the idea, which is what we're doing tonight, right?
Correct. We won't know.
Okay. Well, I moved to
ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
You're looking for permission to go out and seek requests for qualifications, right?
Correct.
Okay. At this point, we're not agreeing to switching out law firms. We're not doing anything other than asking for requests for qualifications.
Correct.
Okay. We have an agreement with the county, and they have an attorney, they have a law firm through 2011.
Correct.
They've already said that if we want to change law firms, it's within our rights.
Correct.
Okay. At this point, we haven't decided to change law firms. You don't have a firm picked out.
No.
Correct.
Okay. And when is the last time that we've gone out and looked at different law firms?
Since we have an interlocal agreement with the county, we have never gone out and seek proposals for neither
think
current
it's
nor
time.
delinquent property tax.
I think
So
it's
since
time.
excuse me. So since 1997, we haven't looked
No,
at any...
the county has on behalf of the
No,
city.
I understand that, but I'm saying we as a
No.
city...
The answer is no.
Okay. Haven't done it since 1997 based on the interlocal agreement, so we haven't seen if there's any way to improve or to increase our ratios on that, or any other firm that could possibly do that for the city, right?
Exactly.
Correct.
Okay.
I got a motion to approve this. I got a second?
Second.
I got a motion by Lee, second by Commissioner Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thanks. Next.
Item 15.
Hold on, real quick, Stella, because I'm acting Mayor Pro Temp. Could I make a motion or not, or should it have been somebody else?
No,
You can make a motion.
I can?
Yes.
You sure? Legal?
Yes.
You're concerned about the legality of it now?
No, he can.
I think he can do it.
Okay.
Let's keep it clean.
That's fine.
Does anybody want to make a motion just in case? Or?
He made it. It's
All
already
right,
done.
it's all
It's already
right,
passed. It's already done.
Item 15, consideration and action to authorize the acceptance and expenditure of 2009 Homeland Security Grant Program grant from the state of Texas in the amount of $315,627.94.
Move to approve. Got a motion to approve by Commissioner Longoria,
Second.
second by Commissioner Camarillo.
Before you vote, if I could, just one quick correction. It should read 2008 Homeland Security Grant. So if you'd approve the 2008.
It's for last year.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is coming from the state, this grant, or from the federal?
It's a federal grant. It's Homeland Security funds, and it
We'll have
comes to
to-
the state of Texas.
Okay, go ahead. Got a motion by Commissioner Longoria, seconded
second.
by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain, so motion carries, but I'll abstain.
Jeff, these monies are going to go towards...
$315,000 is going to be divided in various amounts between police, fire, and the health department for domestic preparedness and homeland security equipment. We've got some detection equipment, some communications gear for police and fire, and also some dispatch equipment for the 911 center.
Okay, that's great. It's good to know they
It's a
need
good grant.
the equipment enhancements, so that's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Who made the mistake? Who made the mistake?
Next.
You or Stella?
16.
Where's my cake?
Next.
Item 16.
Next item?
Item 16, consideration and action to authorize Brownsville Fire Department to accept the FEMA DHS Assistance to Firefighters Grant for fiscal year 2008 in the amount of $268,000.
Motion to approve.
Got a
Second.
motion by Commissioner Cisneros, second by Commissioner Charney. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I'll abstain on this one.
We'll take the money.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
No? Next one?
Item 17, consideration and action to award a term contract for the purchase and delivery of limestone materials for the city of Brownsville.
Mayor Pro Tem, City Commissioners, staff recommendation is to award a term contract for the purchase and delivery of limestone materials, base cover materials for the city of Brownsville to Vulcan Materials Company out of Stanford, Texas, the low responsible bidder for the amounts listed on the agenda. This contract should commence upon approval by City Commission and will expire on November 30th, 2009. The city will have the option to extend the life of the contract for 2 additional 1 year each thereafter, if mutually accepted by the city and the vendor, and funding is in place.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Longoria, second by Legal Team Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 18, consideration and action to award a term contract for the purchase and delivery of concrete materials for the city of Brownsville.
Staff recommendation is to award a term contract for the purchase and delivery of concrete materials for the city of Brownsville to Eagle Ready Mix Concrete of Brownsville, Texas for $72 per cubic yard for 250 PSI and $75 per cubic yard for 3,000 PSI. Contract will commence upon approval by City Commission and shall expire November 30th, 2009, with 2 additional years if it's the option from the city and the vendor. Funding is in place.
Move to approve.
Second.
I got a motion by Commissioner Camarillo, second by Leo T. Garza. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 19, consideration and action to award a contract for 2006 CIP project contract number 3 for street paving and drainage improvements for Los Ebanos Boulevard, Woodmere Court, and Security Drive.
Staff recommendation is to award a contract for the 2006 CIP project contract number 3 for street paving and drainage improvements for Los Ebanos Boulevard, Woodmere Court, and Security Drive to Cupco Construction of Brownsville, Texas, the low responsible bidder, for a total bid amount of $1,507,706.89. Project will be completed in 210 consecutive calendar days. Funding is in place.
I'd like to make a motion to approve, but before I do, I just want to add that this project has been long overdue, especially Los Ebanos Boulevard. You know, there's a Stelt Middle School, Martin Elementary, Pace High School, couple of daycare, St. Mary's Church, a lot of buses, a lot of people using this
Post office.
Los
Post
Ebanos,
office.
yeah, a post office. I mean, it's just a long overdue project. I know I've been constantly pushing with Mr. Lastra, and I know we're trying to get this project done. It's just, we're going to make so many residents happy because this, I don't know how long since the last time we worked on Los Ebanos Boulevard, Charlie. I don't know if it's ever been.
Not in our lifetime.
Not in our lifetime. So it's, I mean, it's a long overdue project. I'm very excited and honored to make this motion to approve this project.
I got a question real quick too before we approve this. Let me ask you something. Cupco does curbs and gutter. Who are they going to give the paving part to? They've been doing their paving.
Well, according to what I know about Cupco Construction is that they've been doing.
Well, I've talked to Carlos before, and they don't really do streets, right? They're probably going to subcontract out.
No, they're doing their own paving now. Yeah. I know the last.
Now, are they meeting the standards of the way we do in our streets?
Yes, they've been complying.
Sure.
Well, they have to, don't they?
Yes, they have to, yeah.
I mean, if they don't, then there's a performance bond?
There's a performance bond.
And if the performance bond is set in place, then, and we can get at the money if they're not.
Now, we worry about that because I keep getting complaints from Pablo Quisel. I don't know who did that.
I mean, we have inspectors that are going out there to look at this, right?
Absolutely, yeah, we have inspectors that inspect every step of the process and making sure they comply with all the requirements and everything is done right. And if something's not right, they have to either tear it out and do it again.
And that's really important, guys, that we send someone to go check that because, like Commissioner Atkins said,
I mean, we don't want to pay to have something half done or have to be redone in 6 months or, I mean, there's a...
And the classic example is Pablo Quisel. I mean,
that's
street was done horrible, and I don't know what happened there. It was before our time.
Yeah.
It was before our time, right?
Yes, sir.
But I mean, they were constantly like repairing that road. We need to make sure that we send the inspectors and make sure that the work and the base is done right.
Yes, sir.
We're going to do it this time around, especially on the 7th Boulevard.
Yes, sir.
Every street from now on, we're going to do it right.
In addition to that, we also require testing. We hire labs to do the testing on the materials and the construction, make sure that it complies to the certain specifications.
But they do that in sections, no? They're going to do that in sections for as far as the viscosity of the asphalt and everything.
First we test the sub base, then we test the base, and then we test the asphalt, and then we test the whole thing overall. And if it's got to comply, and if it doesn't comply, they've got to.
But it's not just done once; it's done in several segments of.
Yeah, we do it throughout the project.
Okay.
We do it throughout the project,
and it's done with every company that we hire.
Right. Every contractor.
This company.
It's standard procedure. And in addition to that, we have a 1-year warranty. After they complete the project and they accept it, it's warranted for 1 year. So if anything goes bad within the year,
we don't want to use a warranty. Hopefully we get it done.
Carlos,
get it done right.
That street, we repair it and we repair it and we repair it, and it's still bad. Security Drive.
No. Oh yes, no.
Make sure that because that floods every time it rains.
Actually, that one we're proposing to have it been done in concrete. It's going to be a concrete roadway.
Thank you. Let me ask something real quick before you do these streets. Does PUB already know that we're going to? Did they already fix the lines or whatever?
Actually, part of this project includes replacement of lines and water and sewer lines throughout the whole project. So they will be replacing everything. So we'll have brand new lines. And we'll have a brand new street, so we won't have any problems.
Mr. Lastra, since we're talking about streets, and just a quick question and just a note of it, if we notice that the entrances of every street it deteriorates at one point or another. There's possibly, I know on the west side we've done the alleys, we've cemented so much feet of the entrance because we know it's always going to hit the dip, it's going
Right.
to crater. Is there anything down the road in city streets to do maybe the entrances of each street cemented? And I know we're doing that off of Old Port Isabel or Mackenzie.
McDavid, yes.
McDavid. You know, is there any way to do that? Because if we look at it, there's some streets that aren't as bad, but if you look at just the entrance, that's pretty much the only problem.
You're talking about where the intersect,
Yeah.
we try to do that in most streets where we have intersections, we have heavy traffic, we try to leave a concrete apron there. So, because that's where a lot of traffic
Secures it,
stops
right.
and stuff, so.
Well, going back to Commissioner Cisneros, Woodmere Court, it's in your district. It's right next to where I grew up. I went
Yes.
trick-or-treating there this last October. My kids fell on that street like 3 times, man. They cut themselves.
I eat
They got
trick-or-treat
hurt
out of
going
your
in that-
district.
But I'm glad Woodmere Court, for
Yes,
once,
sir,
is
we're
getting
doing
fixed
it.
in 20 years.
Yeah.
So I appreciate
No.
you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
We got a motion by Commissioner
get it done.
Cisneros, second by Commissioner Tirani. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Now we can
Thank
fix
you.
it, thank you.
Thank you, you can go fix it.
Item 20, consideration and action to award a contract for 2007 CIP project contract number 5 for street paving and drainage improvements for Bernal Drive.
Y'all approve it? Y'all
Yes.
approve it? Motion approved.
Second.
Any questions?
Good job, Robert.
Thank you.
I think you answered them last time.
Thank you.
Once again, Happy New Year to everybody.
I got a
Thank
motion
y'all.
by Commissioner Tirani, second by Cisneros, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Have a great day, have a great month.
Thank you.
Good night, ¿qué pasa? Buenas noches.
Move to adjourn.
I got a motion by Tirani to adjourn, second by Leo P. Garza, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Good luck, guys.